I'm so sorry, but hey, this is what sales looks like, and this is what VA is for. If you're gonna be challenged, you have to be patient, you have to adapt, and you have to be resourceful because things can happen, especially with technology. And people like me who are technology challenged, then there's a reason why I have 4 VAs or 6 now. All right. So my name is Mona Solis Weisend, and I am the co-founder of Busy Millennials. And I wanted to share to you that I have founded at least 4 companies, which is the Mona Solis Empowerment Club, my Mona Solis Photography, which is based here in Florida, Fitness in a Box, that is my meal prep company. And lastly, we founded Busy Millennials, which was founded about a month or 2 months ago. Okay, so let's begin. Why sales? So let me tell you a story. When I was young, I was playing with my neighbors. Who tried playing cashier, bahay-bahay, and then cashier-cashiran? Who tried? I mean, who experienced and who played with your neighbors, right? And you always want to be the cashier. Am I right? Or is it only me? Right? I really want to be a cashier, and I want to hold money. I want to act that I am getting the money from someone's buying from me. Right? Oh, okay. Right? And then you have to act, you have to pretend that they're paying with dahon, or ano ba sa Tagalog ang dahon? Yung leaf, right? So, I think that is when my sales career started. We all want to be cashier, pretending receiving money and pretending that we're doing this and pretending that we're selling something. Also, so fast forward after graduation, I have job was actually a sales consultant in Jensen. I was a sales consultant to sell lumbers, roofing, tiles, anything that you can build. So that was my first job. However, my degree was in tourism and hospitality management. So after 6 months of working in the Philippines after graduation, I had the opportunity to go abroad, which is in Florida. I was hired by JW Marriott in Marco Island here in Florida. I did surgery about 6 years or 3 years, and then my I started my journey as a work. I started my journey to work for corporate America. But that's it. Looking back to my story, you guys can hear me? Someone just said they can't hear me. Rosemary, can you hear me now? All right, perfect. So looking back to my story, I think that's how and when my sales career started. So I vividly remember my brother joined us, and he had this crazy idea saying, let's ask 20 pesos from our parents. We're gonna combine it, and then we're gonna buy a shampoo from the grocery store, and then we're gonna sell it door to door, and we're gonna put let's say for example we put a mark on it, markup price. I think we sold it for 10 pesos, and then shampoo before was like 5 pesos a sachet, yung sachet. So I was like, if I can just sell my shampoo every door that I knock, I think I will be fine and I will become rich. So imagine at a 7 years old, 8 years old, I was already thinking that if I can buy a product, put a markup on it, and sell it again, I will make money. So my brain was already doing a lot of sales still when I was young. So now fast forward, I started my sales career 2 years ago, I was hired as an account executive for a logistics company. And after 5 months of being hired, I was recognized as the sales employee of the month. And I was poached after 10 months by a Fortune 500 company as a sales specialist. And now that is my career. I go business to business, knock on the doors, and getting rejected all the time. So why sales? I think because we can all agree that every business out there, the job and the purpose is to what? Make money, make profit. And let me tell you, sales skills is the most valuable skill you can ever find because they are the upfront people, they are the soldier of the company. Sales is always a valuable skill because if you can sell anything, I think you'll be good for life. So it is a skill that you should develop and you should practice more. Again, sales is not for everyone, and sales is something that you really have to hone, to learn, and to find strategy that works for you. All right, next slide. All right, what is sales? Sales is the process of convincing consumer to purchase goods or services. At a businesses, the sales process typically involves salespeople contacting leads who fit the customer's profile of their target market. Often it's the marketing department who first identify these leads. Okay, so that is the basic definition from Google. What is sales? So it's basically selling something, a products or services or anything from the manufacturer or from the service provider or from the vendor, and then from consumer or perhaps any businesses. Next slide. All right. So let's start off with the five primary sales categories. Who has an idea what is a B2B or business to business sales? Does anyone have any past job that you've tried a B2B? And so yeah, anyone has any experience? Oh, there we have one, two. Are you guys raising your hand or are you just type no or yes so I know that you guys can hear me. Don't be afraid. Come on, you want to be in sales. You shouldn't be afraid. It says type yes or no. I should know. Not sure. No. Okay, there we go. We're getting some traction here. Don't be afraid. If you really want to be in sales, you have to be willing to make mistakes and you have to be willing to be a student. Okay, perfect. No. B2B sales, there's still people coming in. So B2B sales is a business to business kind of sales. Let's say, for example, um, any vendors, let's say, for example, you are a makeup manufacturer and you want people that want to sell your product. Let's say another company that wants to sell your product would be, what are the, let's say, for example, Everbelina, right? So those are business to business. They're not business to consumer. Did that make sense, my explanation? So let's say, for example, you're a restaurant owner, right? And then you have a vendor. You have a vendor for meat, vegetables, and electricity, water, fire. Those are the business to business. So they don't sell to consumer. Meanwhile, B2C, I think a lot of people have tried B2C kind of job. So B2C are your business to sales or business to consumer sales. Let's say, for example, Apple products or Apple company, they sell it directly to the consumer. However, Apple also sell it to other businesses like Xfinity, Verizon. I'm naming American providers, okay? And then we have our enterprise sales. Enterprise sales are a larger type of sales. These are the type of sales that can affect a company largely. Let's say, for example, BPO company. A BPO company, they use a CRM, or they use a tools to make their outbound calls. Let's say, for example, a provider company wants to prospect a BPO company, and the BPO company is trying to change their system. So it's going to affect from upper down to lower. Did that make sense again? Am I losing you guys? So it's basically, it is affecting the whole company. Let's say, for example, ABS-CBN. ABS-CBN is going from let's say Sony video equipments or camera equipments, and then they're changing it to a Panasonic or something. So there, it's a large enterprise, if that makes sense. All right, and then your SaaS sales, software as a service. Now, guys, this is, if you really want to be in sales, this is something that you want to be in. Software as a service. It is the very or not very, it's the most paid sales person in the United States, because a lot of people are changing, or um not changing, trying to really see what fit as a software for their company. Let's say, for example, who's been in a restaurant that they've seen people, they're not already using the paper and pen when they're taking orders. They're using what do you call this, a device or something. I think Jollibee is using that. Yes, like POS, something like they ordered online. I think Jollibee or McDonald's in the Philippines, yes, tablet. They're using that in the Philippines already, right? They're getting rid of the paper and pen, because it takes so much time and it's a lot of human error. Oh, see, Mang Inasal also. I think because Mang Inasal and Jollibee is a sister company. So SaaS, so banks, there you go. So SaaS is a software as a service. So as a salesperson for software as a service, you basically sell a software, and it's a subscription kind of payment. Let's say, for example, McDonald's just announced that they're gonna get rid of the like ordering from the counter. You can just order from. So let me tell you. So here in the United States, when you sit down in McDonald's, you can literally um order from the table. The table itself is the tablet. How crazy that would be. So those are the things the software as a service sales representative or account executive um are doing that. So those are the things that they're selling to these large companies, to these large restaurants, even medium restaurants, like even what do you call that, chain restaurants. So those are the things. If you search, if you have LinkedIn right now, I wish I can be I wish I can share my screen. I have so much to share my screen, but anyways, not yet. Go back to, yes. So if you go into LinkedIn right now and you search SaaS sales or software as a service job, their minimum payment, at least in a year, you know how much? Any guesses? Any guesses how much sales representative for software or SaaS sales representative makes? Just a guess. Just guess. Ridiculous guess is welcome. Go ahead. I'll be waiting. We're talking US dollars, huh? Yes, exactly. That's 120K. Okay. Okay, I like it. All right. So it is at least, someone said 500 to $1,000, half mil. The sky is the limit. Let's say, for example, you close a deal. You sold a software to a chain restaurant. Oh, we lost the sharing. But let's say, for example, you close a deal for a restaurant. You make at least half a million in that deal, not including your base pay. So you see how sales can sit around 350,000 a year. So that is your base pay plus your commission, whatever deals you can close. So that's the beauty about sales. It's the amount of effort that you put in, it's the amount of money that you can make too. That's why I push my VAs to really understand the concept of commission, the base and the commission, because the harder you work, in sales, the more money in your pocket. So in sales, the sky is the limit. When I was interviewed with my Fortune 500 company right now, the sales director told me, Mona, I see potential in you, and the sky is the limit. And I was like, whoa, what's that? I was like, what's that even mean? And then I said, and then I got the job, and then the sky is the limit. My colleagues, my peers, they're making 120K a year, right? I was like, you mean I can do that? You mean I can make more than that? You mean I can close more deals if I just become a very good sales specialist? So that is sales for you. Um, Give me 1 second, guys. They're trying to figure out the what do you call that? The Canva. Okay, perfect. And then the last one, it is the direct sales. We know what direct sales. Anyone knows direct sales? Let's say, for example, you have an online shop and then you're selling it to your friends on Facebook. Avon, Everbelina. Oh, perfect. There we go. Nice. See it better? Can you guys see it better? I love my VAs. They're quick to help me. Perfect. Okay. So am I losing you guys or any questions for now? Any questions? Before I jump to because it's gonna get deeper. I think I provided information and quite a lot. Okay, none so far. None for now. Perfect. So you guys understood? All right. Perfect. Let's proceed. Perfect. All right. All right. Sorry, guys. I am doing a lot of things here. Someone said that please accept please may mag-join. Okay. All right. So I included marketing in our sales because marketing and sales go hand in hand, and I am going to explain to you later why. All right. Marketing is the combination of activities that set the stage for sales. The marketing process is focused on familiarizing your brand and product with new customer or refamiliarizing it with former ones. So if anyone can tell me why marketing is important or go hand in hand with sales. Just a guess. Again, If you really want to overcome the fear of shame, the fear of making mistakes, like I said to my interns, no one cares about you. Stop thinking that people cares about you. Okay, that's one thing you have to overcome if you want to be in sales. You have to overcome your shyness, your fear that everyone is looking at you. If everyone is thinking of you, no one is thinking about you. I mean, that's not like, like that's not a harsh thing, but just something that a ponder, like to think. No one really know you, if that makes sense, because people are focused on themselves. But anyways, what is marketing? As a virtual assistant, your marketing is what? To promote to a larger community. That is correct. Or to your own community to get sales. Perfect. So let's see. As a virtual assistant, what is your marketing? That is correct, Catherine, because marketing is the key to sales, although not everything. So the question is, as a virtual assistant, what is your marketing? Like, not strategy. What is your marketing like as a virtual assistant? If that makes sense, the question makes sense. All right. It's like advertising the product that you're trying to sell. It makes the customers aware of your products or services, engages them, and helps them make the buying decision. I think I got the perfect answer here. It makes the customer aware of your products or services, engages them, and help them make the buying decision. I think that is the epitome definition of marketing. Because with marketing, let's say for example, I belong to busy millennials, right? We market busy millennials. If you see busy millennials, what do you see? Like, what are we trying to promote? We're trying to promote trainings. Perfect. I think you guys have all these ideas. I like it. So with busy millennials, like, how do you perceive busy millennials? Like, what is it with busy millennials that you are in this webinar? I should say it. Number one, we're trying to provide value through webinars, right? We want to make sure that the VAs that wants to apply to our company understands and has the ability, no, that applies in our company, understands what are we trying to promote, and also wanted to learn. Because we are promoting that even though you don't have experience yet, we have an intern program and we have this webinar. So we're providing value, and that is our marketing. That is our brand. That's what we're trying to stage to get us clients and match it with, the VAs and the VAs and the client side, helping millennials to grow, discover, and unleash their sales skills. Perfect. All right, guys. I think, well, thank you for the interactive. That was really fun. And next slide, please. So why do sales and marketing go in hand? Why do sales and marketing go hand in hand? Like you guys said, marketing is the brand, right? That sets up the sales person to close a deal. So if you guys like, I'm gonna relate it as becoming a virtual assistant, right? So if you're aspiring virtual assistant, you want to market yourself to get sales, aka client, aka prospects. So if you want to market yourself, if you want to get a client, rather, you want to market yourself, you want to have a good portfolio, Upwork, whatever. You have to have good CV or what's people are calling it CV, resume, and then LinkedIn. So those things has to be good. Those things has to have your information, what you can do, and what are your skills, and what are your experiences. So it's basically the same thing. If you think of it, you are a freelancer. Nobody's gonna market you except you. And I think that's a connotation a lot of aspiring virtual assistants mistakenly think, like, oh, okay, like it's really hard to get a client because you don't understand that you have to market yourself. You have to have a good brand, and you have to go out there to chase those clients. Clients don't come to you. You have to come to client, and you have to identify them. So that is why marketing or your branding will help you land to your clients. So according to Forbes, marketing is all about the 4 P's: product, price, place, and promotion. Marketers define the benefits of given brand, attracting buyers by educating them about the particulars. So again, relating it to aspiring virtual assistants, you have to be able to identify your market, niche down, and then go after your clients, and then be consistent with your promoting yourself, like Miss Mary. Miss Mary is promoting herself constantly, every day, all platforms. Let's say we have Twitter, we have TikTok, we have Instagram, we have LinkedIn. You have to be able to leverage those and sell yourself. Because if you're not selling yourself, like what you can do, then I don't think clients will come to you. You know, I know that there's Upwork, I know there's busy millennials, but I want you to think of ways that you can help yourself and help you land a client. So this is what the webinar is for. Are we clear? Good? Perfect. All right, let's go the other slide. Shout out to my virtual assistants. They are the best. All right. Basic skills you must have in order to market yourself as a virtual assistant. So I was doing my research about sales, and there are a lot of things about sales, like I said, we just identified 4 of them, but I want to relate this webinar to all aspiring virtual assistants out there. I want to relate I want to relate what are the skills that you need as a freelancer in order to land your client. Okay, so I think the thing just gonna wait. So any questions so far? Sorry. All right, perfect. So let's see. As a aspiring virtual assistant and a freelancer, what skill do you think you need in order to land a client? Let's test like if we are on the same page. Can you guys hear me? Okay. You need to have good communication skills. Good. Interpersonal communication skills. Good. Confidence. Very good. Perfect. Um, Patience. All right. Next. Next slide, please. So number one, define your brand. As a virtual assistant, do you know what is your brand? Yes or no only? Okay. Someone said yes. And any no, yes, no. Perfect. So defining your brand. Let's say for example, Apple. Why do you buy Apple products? Why do you not saying, like why do you think everyone wants, that's the question. Everyone wants Apple products. User friendly. That is correct. And can you did you realize that Apple products is making products that is very helpful and they work together. Let's say for example, my AirPod, my Apple Watch, my iPhone, my MacBook, although sometimes it's pain in the ass because I'm sorry, it's harder to connect to the other world. But that's their kind of like that's their what do you call that? That's their company, or that's like how they work. Like they want products that they know that works well. Yes, ecosystem. That is the word. Like it works so well in their own world. And if someone needs to like, like, oh, you have Apple products, I don't think that can connect to my Android. Anyone experience that? But it connects so well with my AirPods, with my watch, with my MacBook to my phone, and I just airdrop things and I'm good to go. So that is their brand. So you as a person, you as a virtual assistant, you have to define your brand. Like what kind of companies you're looking, what kind of virtual assistants you want to be. Let's say, for example, I want to be in accounting. I want to be a lead specialist. I want to be an admin task. Though, when you define your brand, you have to be able to focus in it. Let's say, for example, if you really want to be a lead specialist, which is sales, then hone it, focus in it, and master it. Because you can't master two things, right? You have to be able to hone that. And then as soon as you master being a lead specialist or define your brand as a lead specialist, go out there. And then that next slide will be your next step. Sales is marketing, marketing is branding, branding is sales. So sales is marketing. Sales is marketing because when you closed a deal, that is because you already define who you are. And who you are is actually marketing. Did that make sense? And once you define who you are, you'll be able to close sales. So it's a goal, like it's a cycle, right? Sales is marketing, marketing is branding, branding is sales. There are so many phone products out there, but Apple products is the most sought out um, phone manufacturer in the world. Actually, they were their market share in the world, they are the biggest, and they were valued at least I think their stock market or their market price is valued the most I think they surpass Amazon. Okay. So did anyone understand that? I think it's self-explanatory. So when you're a virtual assistant, you have to be able to define who you are, market that, and then once you market that, you have your branding, and then your branding will close to you with sales. Who has companies here? Sorry. Who has companies or who has like sinong may mga company dito or may mga businesses? Trace, if you can go back to the other slide. Thank you. Sino may mga company dito? I wish, let me guys turn on your mirror. Sinong may mga companies? Like, yeah, businesses or, um, or who knows someone na my company that you can identify that it is them. Like, let's say for example, like, oh, kanila kat yan. Let's say for example, okay, ano yan? Kay Maring, let's say kay Maring Amy, 'di ba? Because yes, that counts. So once you, let's say for example, you have a business. Let's say I'm gonna pick barbecue business. From a small to, and you grow it. So once you have your own branding, it will market itself, and then it will turn into sales, and then people just know that you have that kind of business. Like, they don't even question. Let's say for example, I have a photography, and my network, my whole friends community, my whole gym community knows that I'm a photographer and knows that I do wedding photography. So now if they have friends who wants to avail, or who needs a photography services, they just refer me. Did that make sense? So it's like, it's my brand now. Like, they associate my persona with my business. Did that make sense? Yeah, like for example, you have that one friend that sells everything online. You always say, "Oh, negosyante kaayo siya. She's a businesswoman. She sells everything." Like, you associate the person to their business. Let's say, let's say Tracy. Tracy owns a coffee shop. Oh, si Tracy, may ano yan siya, may coffee shop, right? So I sell products from the US, and that's how they know it is me. Exactly. It's like your whole identity, right? So if someone needs something, they will like, oh yeah, Stephanie was selling something from the United States. You might want to ask her what are these products that um she sells. So your persona becomes your branding, and it becomes your marketing. So that's why your Facebook needs to be, clean. Whatever you share on Facebook, be careful. So there we go. You sell perfumes. If someone needs perfumes, they'll message me na lang. Exactly, because it really resonates to their brain that who you are is kind of tied with your business. Like for me, example, in the Philippines or anywhere, I was known to be a weight loss guru, or at least right now still. So everyone, if I message someone, or someone messaged me, they said how to lose weight. Not even a how are you, not even anything. How to lose weight at Timon. How to be confident at Timon. So those that becomes my identity. So branding is sales. You close deals with it, and you have to be able to close those sales too. All right, next slide, please. All right, sales is about listening. 10 years ago, sales is about what? Talking. If you are talkative, they say that you can be a salesperson. However, in digital world and in real selling, sales is about listening. And selling is not about talking anymore. So selling is about listening. What are your clients' needs, identifying their problems, and also trying to see if your services and if your products are fit for them. Did that make sense? So, have you ever tried a pushy salesman and you didn't like the fact that they're pushy? If you want to close sales, listening is your number one skill that you have to develop. You have to be able to listen, actively listen, not just listening and then, you know, um, listening and then another ears it's like in and out. No, actively listening and really genuinely listening to their problems, right? You have to be their therapist. You have to be their consultant. Like, okay, Mr. Prospect, what is that problem that we you want solved? You have to be able to ask questions, and then you listen to them. Like, and then once you listen to everything they said, if that is something that you offer, let me say as example, I'm a sales specialist for fire. Okay, I sell service for fire extinguishers, sprinklers, and alarm monitoring. So a lot of my prospects, a lot of my clients doesn't know that they need to get inspected every year so that they won't get fined by the fire department. They don't know that. So when I told them, "Hey, Mr. Prospect, this is Mona from Blanc Company. How are you? We recognize that you don't have your fire extinguishers inspected this year. Would you like me to come out